Here at 8:30, Valentine's Day is Monday, but this weekend could be an easier time for some people to go on dates or celebrate.
But if you're trying to finalize your plans or if you don't have a Valentine yet, don't worry. Fox 61 Symphony Privet spoke with a matchmaker, and she has some tips to help you lock down a potential new mate.
You don't talk about like your ex. You don't necessarily, talk about your kids or anything negative about you. Like, why would you? It's not like you don't lie. I mean, that's a big thing, obviously, but just kind of go into it as you would a job interview. I've noticed this is probably the only time that people are really tough on politics. So sometimes they will say, no, I don't want to date this kind of person if you believe in this party, or if you don't believe in vaccinations, I don't want to date you. So, I feel like if you want to bring that up before you even meet, if that's such a strong deal breaker, bring it up, because, if it's not going to work, it's not going to work.
And since the pandemic has started, have you found that people are dating with intention as opposed to dating casually?
Yeah, that's tricky. I think people have always dated casually on the apps, and especially, well, everywhere, right? But the apps are what's more accessible now during the pandemic. Maybe people do date with casualness, but then when they find that special person, they really just, it clicks. I think they're going to commit. And it's hard to find that elusive special person. But when you find it, I think you do commit.
So another thing that's become really popular since the pandemic is that people communicating through like video chats or dating apps. Is that a good idea? Or you think that's something that's going to stick around?
I'm not as big on that, because I really think you waste a lot of time. I just think it's an artificial way to get to know someone. You really need to be in the room with them to get the feel. It's like the chemistry is there more when you're in the room, smelling that person. It's just how it is. And I see a lot of people wasting time on the video. I think you should just meet and see if there's chemistry, and then move on to the next person. That's my take. That's why I think the video is just a waste.
Now, what tips do you have for anyone who's maybe, been out of the game for a little bit and they're thinking about opening up themselves to love in 2022, or at least getting to know some people? If you can pass down maybe like 2 or 3 tips that you would give them to try to, get their feet wet.
Yeah. Okay. I would say open up a site. There's different sites for different age groups and different things that you're looking for. So I would say just get a nice profile up, but also take it slow. Don't rush into something really quick with somebody, because you need to go on several dates just to really see what they're made of. Also, one thing, you have to have a thick skin. And I think a lot of people give up and don't even go on the apps because they hear negative stories in that, sometimes you'll put up a profile and a guy will say something nasty to you, and just shake it off, because it happens to everybody. Because you know what? Most of my clients eventually do meet people. 60 or 70% have met people online that they've had relationships with, long-term or marriage. I had someone get married to a guy that she met on Tinder, had a baby. So it's worth putting up with all the stuff that's not fun on there.
Yeah, you just have to find your prince instead of all those frogs.
It's exactly it. Exactly.
Yeah, so I personally do not have any experience on dating apps. I'm a part of the group that's kind of afraid to try it. I guess I meet people through friends, but one of my best friends actually met her husband on one of those dating sites, so it works for some people.